Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching for a Friday evening, the 19th. We are episode number 35. Tonight we're going to talk about reputation. What does it mean to manage your reputation? Most people think managing reputation is something that's done online. It's done with sites like Yelp and Angie's List, and that's your reputation management. Well, actually, it goes way back to the core, what you build up your business on and how you built up your reputation from the get-go. When I started my small business back in Pennsylvania, and I went from just being the owner-operator to having technicians, my reputation was good enough that if I told a customer, yes, Mrs. Smith, I'm not able to do the work for you. I've got technicians, I've got these guys that are in place that are well-trained and know exactly what they're doing. They will meet your expectations, or they may even exceed your expectations. And I was able to build it up so good that some of these guys really exceeded what even I was doing, and I was thrilled. I wasn't unhappy that I didn't do necessarily the greatest job and that these guys were able to over-deliver. I know I set the bar pretty good, but I let my technicians do what they needed to do in order to build up and maintain that reputation with the customers, and they did that, and we had a lot of referrals. And at the end of the day, the reputation, the guarantee that I offered to the customers was so vitally important. So that's really what it came down to, was making sure that my reputation was such that it was the customer was going to get the same job no matter what. The other things about reputation is how other people see you. Now, in the industry I work in, I've been able to maintain an extremely good reputation over the years, both with colleagues one-on-one, on some of the sites, LinkedIn, some of the link sites I have here on Facebook. Your reputation precedes yourself, that you are who you say you are going to be, what you are going to do, and the importance of making sure that's managed and maintained. That reputation can be built for you, or you can build it. Very important for you to have a major impact on building reputation. If your reputation is such that you're seen as unreliable, don't show up, technicians aren't professional, don't do the same quality job, your employees are not the same, whatever the case is, then you know you have a problem on your hands. There's no question about that. So making sure the reputation is at the forefront of everything you do, and making sure that is the most valuable thing you look at in your business. At the end of the day, when your reputation is built, you know, everybody wants to see you, but that can all be torn down in a half a second if your reputation is not quite to what it needs to be. So I invite you to think about what you're doing in your business every single day that builds the reputation for the customer, and with the customer, I should say, rather. And what are you doing every single day to make sure things are in place and managed to maintain the hard-earned reputation of doing good quality work that you've already built up? Now, that reputation could also be seen as, if you're a sales rep or you're out there working with different people or managing. If you're a manager that can work with people, the reputation will be good. If your reputation is you're a tough boss or tough employer or tough manager, well, that can be there too. And sometimes that's needed. You have to be seen as a very, very good and stern. One of the things I had a reputation for with technicians, whether I managed them or I had them working for my company, was that I was tough but fair. And tough but fair is a good place to be. I would definitely hold your feet to the fire, just like I held my feet to the fire as much, and anybody that I ever worked for held my feet to the fire. But at the same time, if you put the work out and you delivered and you maximized your opportunity there, and you really, hit a home run for the company and for yourself, man, did I appreciate that. And I would definitely encourage you and thank you for the effort you did. So being tough, but being fair is a massive thing too as well. And your reputation can be seen as such. Now, I had other colleagues in the industry that were seen as terminators, so to speak, and they were seen as tough to deal with. And for them, they maybe they liked the turmoil, maybe they wanted things their way. Managing a person is managing them, is managing their expectations of the company, is making sure that whatever that is getting done in the business is getting done in accord with the company values, the company policy, company procedures. That's fine. And you can do it. A skilled manager knows how to work with people, develop people, and manage it. And their reputation is seen as somebody that's fair, but gets things done and gets things happening, so to speak. Also can have that reputation for being a not very likable guy, and that tends to get around. I have people that I have met in the past that I thought were different people. When you get to meet them and get to work around them, they just are a little bit different than what you originally anticipated, and that does happen. And sometimes you have to learn that the hard way. Sometimes, the person's not exactly what you thought they were going to be. Might have been great people as a person, but when it comes to working relationship, not so much. So it does happen too as well at times. And it's good to know that ahead of time going into it. Do your research, find a reputation. Also, there are sites out there where if you're looking for a job and you're looking to start a new career path or starting to change over in a different facility or place of employment, you are going to look at sites that will rate how employers treat you. And that reputation is out there. Now, some of it's just unfounded. I mean, some of it just gets a little crazy, but it gives you a good idea. I think Glassdoor is one of the sites that tells you the reputation of the business owner or the company you're going to work for and what their pluses, what their negatives, I think they call it pros and cons. I have seen that out there. That's reputation driven too as well. Yelp with your business in regards to the consumer. I know if you're a business owner, you love or you hate Yelp, but it is important. It's here to stay, and it's not going away anytime soon. People are going to go out there, and they're going to be able to review you in a communication-based society like we're in right now, where information can come to you like that. You're going to have these sites. So a site like Yelp is only probably going to get bigger and bigger, and you'll see other copycat or similar sites to Yelp. So they're here, and they're going to look at reputation, and it can hurt, help, damage, destroy your business, all of the above. It can really, really affect you. So make sure when you're out there and you're doing the work that you're doing the job right. Treat it like you're just like this right here. You're on camera with the person, and you're having a conversation with that person, and that person's watching your every move. Treat your job like you're doing that. I'm working on a restoration, a large site right now. I don't need somebody to oversee me or take pictures of what I'm doing or have a camera on me. I treat it like I'm on camera at all times anyway. So when I'm in there, I'm not going to skip a step. I'm not going to say, well, nobody's looking. I can move this over here and dust it off and nobody will ever know, or just throw it over in the pile. That's not me. I'm treating it like somebody's going to watch every drop of my job, of what I'm doing, of what's the client has hired me for. And the client has hired me to make sure it gets done correctly. So everything is handled and all the testing will come back positive. I should say negative, should be, so to speak, but they're going to make sure the job is done correctly. So I don't need somebody on me, but treat it like you're on camera at all times, just like this. And that somebody's watching your every single move. And that's how you can make sure you maintain reputation. What do the customers see? As one of my mentors, Steve Buren, says over on Strategies for Success, treat it like you got the customer glasses on. Treat it like the customer's looking at you and how they see you, how they see the work you're doing. Because that's ultimately what matters. The customer and the consumer is the one that's hiring us to do the job. The better we do the job, the more opportunities we'll have. The worse we do the job, the less opportunities we're going to have. So make sure every single time out there that reputation matters, whether you're the owner of the company, whether you have technicians in the field, whether you're sales staff, whether you're managing staff, your reputation precedes you. You determine what that reputation is going to be. The reputation is going to be that you're not easy to work with. Well, then that's going to follow you when you have to deal with the pros and cons of that. I know people that do very well and have a very tough reputation as being grumpy and miserable, and they get tons of work because what they deliver is so very good. But that's the exception, not the rule. You really can't afford that today. You got to make sure you're perceived as the person somebody wants to work with. They're going to give you the opportunity. What you do with that opportunity is up to you, but you should always value it. If somebody calls me to refer work to me, whether it be another coach, whether it be a referring party for the restoration business, whether it be anybody, it doesn't make a difference. My reputation is such that I will over-deliver every single time without excuses. It's going to happen, no matter what. And if I tell something's going to get done, and for some reason I'm not able to deliver that, I'm making sure I let them know that I'm able to deliver that. But I also, if I take it on and tell a person I will be able to do it, that I'm going to be a person of my word. And you need to be a person of your word, because your reputation is everything. Guys, thanks so much for joining us for episode number 35 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching, where we discuss, is reputation important? We already know the pros and cons. I've given you a bunch of different analogies to it from all different sides of business, no matter where you are in your business or your company. The reputation is everything. It's here to stay. And these review management sites are here to stay. And they're only going to grow. So, ladies and gentlemen, just get used to it. It's going to be here. All right, thanks so much for your time tonight. Episode number 35 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching, live from my home studio. I'm here working at the computer, so got to pull this thing off and get home in a decent hour and get this out to you guys. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time as always. Have a great weekend. I can't thank you enough. Feel free to comment. Feel free to add anything you'd like to this, and I appreciate and always value your feedback. All right. Have a great evening. Thanks. Have a nice weekend. Bye.